Hi, Harry Dent here on June the 4th. We're coming up upon a important time period here that I've been warning about for months. People keep asking me, Harry, well, when is this stock market going to peak? Well, this is just having to look at the patterns now, because by natural cycles, late 2019, early 2020, right about when COVID hit, would have been the perfect time for this long-term 90-year cycle and stock market bubble to have a final peak. But of course, what we're always looking for is that first crash, which is 40 to 50% in a couple of months. Okay, and I've documented this and I've been talking about this a lot. And the present megaphone pattern, most important pattern in stocks right now, been building over the last 3 to 4 years, is in its final wave up, in the throw over, which it normally does. And it hasn't gone too far yet. And if stocks keep going up at some point, it will invalidate that megaphone pattern, but not yet. And all we need is a breakdown back like 3,800 back into that megaphone pattern on the S&P 500 to say, oh, now it looks like we're going in that crash. Now, this is the first crash of the bigger bust, not the final, but that is suggested strongly by that megaphone pattern to be 50%. So this will be one of the biggest first crashes ever. It was 49% in 29, the first crash, and 2.3 months. So we're looking at something very similar to that. It just hasn't happened yet. And it's all about no more cycles here, except we do know that all the key cycles, the 90-year super bubble cycle, the 40-year generation cycle and 20-year derivatives of that, and the all-important medium-term cycle, the decennial cycle every 10 years, all point to a downturn between 2020 and late 2022. Late 2022, we are getting closer to, and all of these key cycles, all of my important cycles point and come together in late 2022. And of course, this could spill over, or at least have a hangover well into 2023 now that the Federal Reserve and central banks have pushed back this bubble crash so far. But again, we're looking for that first crash, and it is going to be nasty when it happens. So it's better to get out ahead of that, or at least hedge in some way. And you can use put options. There's all types of things. You can talk to a financial advisor, all types of ways to at least be there when this begins, and then to get more serious fast as this starts to play out. So that's what we're looking at now. The turn point on some of my cycle newsletters I get, particularly Stan Harley in this case, who's a really good short to medium term cycle guy, as is Andy Pancholi, has a turn date I've been looking at June 9th to 10th, so middle to late next week. So and a strong kind of bottom point in early July, and some other cycle people have looking late July as well. So that would actually, I would look at it overall on this megaphone. If we do start to crash hard, that we get this crash from around June 9th to 10th into August. But it could be faster than that. And again, 2022 is coming up faster. So this crash, if it does end up bottoming in late 2022, which would be the best time with all these cycles, that means we're going to have a ferocious crash, because we're going to go to lower, back to 2009 lows or lower. And to do that in that fast a period of time would be probably the sharpest crash we've seen potentially in history. So this is a time to get serious, okay? And we're just going to look at this. And if the markets keep creeping up, and that's what they're doing, and that's what I've been expecting, and most indices, one after another, are making new highs, and a lot of indices may have already peaked. The Russell 2000 and Bitcoin almost for sure looks like it's peaked now. I look at Ripple, looks like it might have more to go. It's a whole different animal now, being the probably ultimate coin, whereas Bitcoin is the ultimate standard. So they're two different things. So a lot of things look like they're peaking in succession, and we continue to see indices make slight new highs and not big ones. It does set up for a potential crash. So that's what we're looking for. And of course, this does not have to happen now. But I keep looking. Late April, early May was a potential turn point. Okay, well, that started to go, but no, we've held up and come back, made new high. So this is the next one. And this is the most likely one to me. And the summer tends to be the weakest period for stocks anyway, so it's a really darn good time to have a crash. So be on alert. I'll keep sending updates, particularly to our paid subscribers, and this could be it, seriously. And I'd say the odds are this is it, and we have to assume that until we see otherwise. And it will not take long to show that this is the case, because this will be a sharp, nasty crash. Again, we're looking for 50% in 2 to 3 months max. So this will be obvious, and it will play out quickly. So I say get your hedges in or be out of stocks by early next week.